All right, y'all. 4:30 in the morning. Get up, load the truck, get ready for craft show. I get up at 4 o'clock. It is what it is. What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is basically what the barn looks like in the morning because, well, I don't know. I don't know why the broom's out. Was somebody sweeping? Thanks for trying, but I don't think you did a very good job. Come on. Hi, babies. I don't like rounding up goats. Wow, really? You guys are just rude. Okay, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, thumbs up, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a stranger. Hi. So, I don't like grabbing goats and dragging goats and moving goats, so I just use literally half a cup of alfalfa pellets, shake it in the food dish, walk into this stall, and 99% of the goats that are out here follow me in. Frosty Mama's taking a beating, so I moved her out. Put her over here. She immediately tried to jump up on the shelf because she's a gazelle. She wants to eat the cat food that's up there. Speaking of cats, good morning, ladies. I have moved the babies over into this stall, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Hi, Gingy Mom. These two girls back together again. Back together again. I don't know if there's a song there or not. These two little fellas have their bachelor pad back, if you will. Got the babies out of there. And basically, step one, sweep the floor, sweep the stand, and start milking goats. Okay, my fluffy boys, I will let you out first. Hi, beautiful number one and beautiful number two. Good morning. You two are gonna be all the rage today. I got a secret about Mr. Snow. Good morning, babies. Good night, that's a sea of babies. Come on. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. Tiny Herc, Tiny Herc, doing whatever Tiny Herc does. Tiny Herc, you're like a pinball, my guy. Get your bucket, hurry. Are you allowed to drink out of your brother's bucket? You've been granted access. All right, now what do we do? Oh, we're not finished, okay. More drinkies. I'm coming, ladies. I gotta dump all these out. You can see they're nasty. They're not nasty because they're not clean. We've had a lot of rain and the trees are dumping all their pollen and seeds and everything, and it lands on the roof as we collect most of the rain off of the roof. It's a massive surface area, and all that stuff lands on the roof, and then it gets washed off into the buckets. I just love watching him. Just absolutely love it. So, show was really good. The show was actually really good yesterday, guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me a day off to just get stuff done. It was Memorial Day yesterday, so I assume a lot of you were with family and friends doing whatever y'all do. And I did not want to interrupt that. And on top of that, yesterday was an exceptionally long day. Up at 4, I think I was heading to the barn about 4:45 a.m. The show started really early and it was an hour away. And then you add on top of an hour away the time to get the truck loaded, find a parking space, get the truck unloaded, set up, and be ready before the show starts at 8. Ah, beautiful. Miss Tapioca. You guys so big. Hi. Hi. I missed you guys over the weekend. I don't get to see them when we're out and about. Kind of just come over here, take care of business, and leave. I got a lot going on. Oh, hi, mommies. I forgot to let you guys out. Okay, hold on. I'll just stop this real quick. Okay. So I think I have everything taken care of now. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. It's still 80 in here, but I just opened the doors. It's going to be 71 and sunny today. 71 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. There's a nice breeze. It's gorgeous. Today was a good day. But met some awesome people at the craft show over the weekend. PK, one of our faves, was there. She is probably going to be getting tiny herc. I'm still on the fence, but it's really, let me explain that really fast. While he's cute and he's very novel and he is an amazing little guy and I absolutely love him, he has stolen my heart. Good morning, big guy. From a business perspective, he would just be a novelty item. Will he ever get as big as his mom? His mom and dad are both normal size Nigerian dwarf. They fit within the breed standard. They are, you know, she's a phenomenal milker, great dairy lines. No reason to think he wouldn't eventually get to full size and become a normal full size Nigerian dwarf goat. That being said, he also might not. But if he does, and we keep him, then what we have is a polled, black and white, brown-eyed buck. Now you guys know, and unfortunately it's the sad truth that unless I become a multimillionaire anytime soon and can buy a massive property, we are limited on our space of how many goats we can keep. We have a brown-eyed, black and white buck right there. Mr. Mel. And since we don't breed for brown eyes, he's horned, but since we don't breed for brown eyes, then there's no point in keeping a brown-eyed buck. You're automatically causing yourself a 50-50 chance of having brown-eyed babies. So, all that being said, his pedigree is quite literally off the charts. He's a good buck, he's a good breeder. He's a very healthy buck. He never has any issues with worms or coxie really. And so he's just a beast. And he's Mel, look at him. He's so pretty. He's so pretty. And that's really, we have to sometimes stop and think of things from a business perspective. And as novelty as he is, and as cute and adorable and just unique as he is. Hi, little buddy. When he goes, he's going to go to someone who will send us pictures so we can watch his little journey. And I will pop those in on occasion to show you guys. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, he's a black, not black and white, but black. He's a black buck with brown eyes. And from a business perspective, we cannot keep another buck that we cannot use. So Rebecca was at the show over the weekend and was asking, she had missed some stuff somewhere here and there. I told her when we do a video a day, and I try to reiterate some things every now and then for people to kind of catch up if you're new, or re-inform you if you've missed some stuff. Or the reason we have Cookie, and I'm not going to go down the whole story again. Cookie's probably already, yep, would you stop halfway? Miss Cookie. I love you. Didn't even look at me, looking at the sun. Miss Cookie, this is kind of a fill in some loops or finish some loops video today. And Miss Struzel are our only two goats that we have left that are not registered Nigerian dwarf. That's because they're the only 2 goats that we have left from when we originally started the farm, and we weren't into the dairy aspect or anything like that. We just wanted Nigerian dwarfs. Good morning. Good morning. I won't get too close. I don't want you to get up. I know you're just sunning. Cookie is not pregnant. Cookie has never been pregnant. If she ever gets pregnant, we're calling them like chocolate chip or cookie crumbs or something. I don't know. Cookie is not pregnant. Cookie is available for $32 million. 33 if you let me pay you. No. So we have ultrasounded her several times. We have done hormone treatments, therapies, all kinds of things. And when we ultrasound her, this just looks like fluid that's in there. So she's carrying fluid around. I don't have any reason to think that it's anything to do with her kidneys or anything like that. We've never had any issue with her urine color or her ability to urinate. So she just carries fluid. She might have a small kidney issue that doesn't process liquid fast enough, perhaps. But that's neither here nor there. And she's been alive. I think she is 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old at a minimum. If we bought her when she was a year old, we think, roughly. That makes her 6 or 7, 5 or 7, somewhere around in there. So that's Miss Cookie. Not pregnant. We do still try to breed her in hopes that someday maybe, but very low chance, and I like to keep myself in check a bit and not get too excited about thinking she's actually gonna have babies. Real quick recap on President Snow. President Snow's mom died giving birth to him, essentially. She died 2 days later. I think it was 2 days later. Look, okay, well, I'll get to it in a second. We were gonna trade him to a local farm that we love, Arrowhead Acres Farms, LLC. You can find her on Facebook and subscribe and follow her. She was going to take President Snow, breed her to any one of her girls of our choice. Love you. I cannot express enough how much we love you for that. She was going to breed him to any girl of our choice on her farm and let us have first pick of babies. And if it didn't work that year, she would let us do it the next year and the next year until we were happy and satisfied to get. Look at all your muscles just rippling. He's doing so good. He looks so good. But she was going to allow us to do that, and I cannot repay that with any amount of anything. You're an amazing person. Your love for your goats, just unbelievable. And anyway, we were going to make that trade. We were going to just give him to her and let us work through that, pick a baby, and keep that baby to breed so we could keep his mom's lineage alive on our farm. She was his personality, except for that. Well, you got to, mess with the horns, buddy. Don't get Mr. Snow mad. I literally don't think I've ever seen him angry. But as we were preparing to make that trade, we found out that one of his testicles had not dropped into his scrotum. And that is what's called cryptorchid. So he was, at that point, a cryptorchid buck. And we had to take him and have... If you go back to the winter, or maybe even a couple months ago, and you look at him, he had a big patch on his side. I don't even know what side it was now, Bubba. You shed all your hair. Where you could see he had been shaved right here. They had to do an exploratory surgery. They had to go through his abdominal wall, try to find the testicle and remove it. Yes, even though it is a low probability, it is still a probability that he could breed a doe and the semen would survive long enough to impregnate her. Not something we wanted to do, just random breeding running around the farm. So we did a surgery to remove the testicle, and after that we plan to just keep him and let him live out his life here on our farm out of nothing more than respect for his mother. She was a sweet angel. If you know Mr. Snow, you know his mom, because he is the embodiment of her. Beautiful, white, pristine, gorgeous, the most mellow, sweet little angel ever. She would do the same thing he does, which was come right up next to you and just stand there and wait for you to recognize that he's standing there and give him pets. And I am excited because after about 2 years, his mama started getting orange spots because she was an orange goat. Orange. Y'all, she was a gold goat. And she started getting gold spots, but not for like 2 years. So he is just past a year old now. And I thought he had a dirty spot. I thought you had a dirty spot on you, mister. But you don't have a dirty spot. Look, he's got an orange spot. Why am I saying orange? He's got a gold spot. You can see it. Look, 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 look. I thought it was dirty. That's a dirt spot. And I was looking at it and I started flipping his fur back, doing a little fly back on him here. And you can see all the way down to the skin, it is gold colored fur. So, Bubba, you got my heartstrings this morning, guy. You just represent your mama to the end. And so this guy will live here until the end of his days. But he's got an orangey. It's not orange. He's got a gold spot right there. I love it. And I assume he'll get more. She slowly got more and more gold spots on her as she aged. So I love it. Absolutely love it. You're going to look like Dirty Snow. But look how gorgeous, white, pristine he is. I mean, he is absolutely glow in the dark. He is just an absolutely beautiful soul. Okay, I'm circling around to Mr. Marlin. Mr. Marlin was in with the boys because the question was how do we end up keeping Marlin and Snow, and we decided not to keep Tiny Herc wherever he went. He probably just wandered off to save the world somewhere. But Mr. Marlin was a buck that hadn't sold last year, and at a certain point we have to get these boys in over here. We don't want them impregnating the does. And these little goobers, they're short, but they'll catch them when they're laying down. They'll catch them when they're not paying attention. They'll hop on a bucket. They'll hop on a milk stand, and they'll get the job done. The drive is strong. Even Tiny Herc is trying to make hay while the sun's shining with hi Roro, with a little Ronin there. I love it. Are you guys sunning yourselves? You're in the wrong clan, but it doesn't matter because you're Tiny Herc. So Marlin, and we could have sold him, to be fair. Somebody did want to buy him. And here's how he ended up staying is he was over here with the boys, and he was the smallest. And they essentially were pushing him off of his food and eating his food. And then when he was outside, they were treating him like a little peasant because he's at the bottom of the barrel. And they were running him around and chasing him. So he basically just started hiding under the barn. He would sneak out and eat some grass and stuff and hay, but it wasn't enough to sustain him. And we noticed it one day, and he was real skinny. Look at him now. He looks absolutely gorgeous. You are the perfect looking buck. Got enough chub on there to hide your ribs and your backbone. You're not too fat. Some of our girls are too fat. Hi, Tiny Herc. Hi, buddy. He's just absolutely gorgeous. And he is a muffin baby from the Sisters of Puddin' and Muff. He's a muffin baby. No, that's Puddin'. You all know I do that. But I don't know where Muffin is. Muffin! Oh, Muffin. Muffin's up on the other side of the farm with Mr. Latte. Anyway, Mr. Marlin was getting starved out over there. Mr. Snow, I believe, I don't want to be incorrect, but I believe Mr. Snow had his surgery. And we were going to, let me show you. We were keeping him in this stall for a couple weeks until we knew his skin had started to heal under the stitches. What we don't want is him to come out. You guys see all the time how when somebody wants to pick on somebody, they headbutt him in the side. They'll smash him in the side. And we didn't want him being small and weak to have his stitches ripped open and end up with a bigger problem where he might die from that. Just his guts fall out. That would be very bad. So Mr. Marlin, we found him being sick and scrawny over there. Mr. Snow needed a friend. So what we did was we brought Marlin in with Mr. Snow and we put him in the same stall and we kept them in there and fed them up nice until we were happy with his hi Bubba, until we were happy with his overall condition of his body. Physical condition, I guess is the word I'm looking. I'm struggling today, y'all. And by the time we got him to a place where he looked like as gorgeous as he does now, just beautiful, filled in, nice buck, he and Mr. Snow had, in our eyes at least, bonded really well. They're little buddies. You do see them, they do travel around the farm together, hang out together, so they're kind of like a bonded pair. And so we decided to go ahead and keep him on the basis of I would not want to separate them out to a farm. So if we sold them, we'd have to sell both of them. So if we sold Marlin, we'd have to sell Snow with him so that they could be buddies. And that's never going to happen. So now we have President Snow and Marlin, who's... President Snow's been making friends with Miss Cookie, so it fits. They have the same demeanor. So now we have President Snow and Marlin, who are buddies, which we're going to feed until, you know, for the rest of their lives. And if we kept Herc, we would have to put him in with the big boys over there because he would stay intact. I definitely wouldn't keep him and... Stop. Mr. Marlin, y'all, look, he's the same size as the does now. So he's got good standing for fights. We wouldn't band him or castrate him is what it would be. We wouldn't do that just to keep him over here. So he would have to live over there, which another buck that we probably wouldn't use to breed. So now we're feeding another buck and another buck and another, you know, it's just, it starts adding up. I think at one point we were like, nah, we're good. I think we're going to stay at around 12 goats or 15 goats. And now we're at 20, I think we're at 23 or 24 does. And right now we have, it might be 23 or 24 goats in this barn. And then we have Mellow and Jellyman, Gelato, Latte, and Snickers. So we already have 4 bucks that kind of covers our entire spectrum of horned, no horned, blue-eyed, polled, all that fits right in there. So, Mama Frosty. I'm going to end on this, guys. I think that's a lot of information to absorb. You can always watch the video twice. But I'm going to end on Mama Frosty doing her thing, which is, you know, family photos. Every time she lays down, it's like a family photo. Why are you so dirty? What you got on your poops? Of course you have poop on you. Hi, I didn't think it would take long for you to get here, Mr. Zorro. Miss Betty Boops. Mr. Rocky, who is adorable. Hi, Bubba. So, that is it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi, Mama. And everybody's right. Those eyes say 1,000 words. They sure do.